Hello everyone, this is Rabbi Shmuel Paul, and I hope you're all doing well. This is a video specifically going out to teenage girls in America because you have a 30% chance, if you're a teenage girl in America, of having serious suicidal thoughts. And this is just astronomical, it's unbelievable, and it's unacceptable. You should not be this unhappy. We are living in a very, very good time, despite what everybody is trying to tell you. So I've noticed two particular trends that I think are related. And the first trend is what's going on with you, that you are very much having suicidal ideations, you're having suicidal thoughts, you're miserable, you're depressed, you're on medication. I've also known that the belief in God among teenagers is way, way down, and it's dropping like a rock. And I think you might want to reconsider that whole issue of belief in God before you go further. I think you should take a little time for this video to decide if this abandoning God, belief in God has been good for your mental health, or if it has not been good for your mental health. Because maybe one of the reasons why you're depressed, why you're suicidal, is because you've abandoned the belief in God. Maybe these two things are very much connected. I want to explain why I think they're connected, because suicide is a lack of happiness with yourself, and happiness with yourself without God is very difficult because it comes down to a numbers game. Your happiness will always, without God, will always be decided by your latest test score, your weight that day, what you think your hotness level is between 1 and 10, the hotness level of your peers, and the hotness level of the person you look up to the most, how many friends you have, what time it is, if you are late, if you're not late. These are all numbers, and these numbers decide your happiness. They all come together into one number, and if that number is high, then you're happy. If it's low, you're not happy. And if it goes very low, you might even be suicidal. God forbid. I hope this is not happening to you. I have a teenage daughter myself, so I know a little bit about what you are going through. So if you don't believe in God, it's not really a mystery why you're suicidal, because there is nobody to turn to when you can't rely on people around you. And historically, we often cannot rely on the people around us. So there's only God to turn to. But if you don't believe in God, then you have nobody that can help you. And if you don't believe in God, your existence is a mutation, not a miracle. If you don't believe in God, you have no real purpose. Your purpose is just whatever you decided it is for the day or for the moment. If you don't believe in God, you're probably not grateful for everything that you have. So who would not be suicidal in a situation, in a life that is run like that? So let's say you change and you realize there must be some original creator that got the whole ball rolling, that got creation started, because there had to be a prime mover. It's a logical thing to believe that there was something that started creation and that made it so well designed as it is. You could come up with other explanations, but it is a valid explanation to say that a creator did all of this. A creator with intelligence and love did everything that we see before our eyes. If you believe in God, it means you have a soul, and that soul has value. Why? Just because it does, and because if you think that you have value, then you do. But it really does have infinite value, because we know that people are spending billions and billions of dollars to try to create something that mimics what humans can do. So you are worth far more than billions and billions of dollars. Like if you were some kind of robot, then you would be the most expensive robot in the world, because you actually are alive, you have consciousness, and you can have truly original thought, instead of just amalgamating words and putting words together from various websites, which is what artificial intelligence is doing. And artificial intelligence is very important and amazing, but you have to know that you are even more amazing. They don't even come close to how amazing you actually are. If you believe in God, you have someone to talk to. And trust me, if you talk to God just in a whisper or with thoughts in your head, He will find a way to respond to you. He will find a way to answer you through the events in your life, through the happenings in your day. If you believe in God, you may have a church or a synagogue to go to. This gives you an instant community. Community is going to be the most important thing for you if you have suicidal ideations. If you believe in God, you cherish everything that you have. And as much as people are complaining, we have in our society much more than anyone has ever had throughout history. The phone in our wallet, would it be a couple decades ago, would be worth millions and millions of dollars. And we just use it and we don't think twice about it. The heater or the air conditioning a century ago would again be worth millions and millions of dollars. And every heartbeat is actually, whether scientists believe in this or not, it is truly a miracle, something that nobody truly understands. To this day, nobody can tell you exactly the source of the electrical impulse that makes your heart beat, where it comes from, and yet it does it so successfully 100,000 times per day. So, before you think about suicide, think about who you're living for. Because if you're living for yourself, that's going to eventually make you miserable. If you're living for someone else, that could make the entire problem go away. So instead of taking all the time spent worrying about how you look, spend that time worrying about how to make other people feel good about how they look, making positive comments on their photos and saying nice things to them in school. There's a natural happiness that comes out when you're helping other people. And it takes most people their whole lives to realize that, but it's the truth. I hope you realize it now, and I wish you much success and happiness in your journey to finding God and finding your true self, which is a self that wants to serve others. God bless.